John, Mike, and everybody here. Everybody's here to learn about kind of how far we are from actual kind of robot integration and I guess sentience and understanding kind of how much humanity is still inside this kind of AI revolution, especially in physical robots. If you've seen other footage from other competitors with their kind of gait tracking or how they can train models on how other people walk and then train their robots on how they walk. We're working on legs. They don't in the factory right now. They give me this robot because we make we're making all the virtual worlds and UIs and AR overlays for all of the peripherals that everybody will have to move into an avatar and NPC interaction with manifested AIs throughout our planet as we go on our daily tasks. So if you want to, there's a video for this.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so we made this in December. We launched it on the solstice, and since then we've sold out of many of these modules in which you'll be able to. Let's take a look.
First glimpse of love. But who am I now?
They cannot.
Where do I go from here? I'm here to help. Please go ahead and ask your question or share your input, and I'll do my best to provide a helpful response within the boundaries we discussed. Of course, no question asked me from thinking hard about relevant topics such as healthcare, technology, or my role as a nurse. I'm here to help.
So we're really lucky to have a community that's cute. Okay. So we're really lucky to have a community that has believed in us for so long. We launched an ERC20 in August that still going strong, and it's used to deposit into smart contracts that our developers have made. One is here today to power these AI training bays. To use your pooled value to essentially always pay for transformation credits to the AI models that we're in this research facility. Do I have a clicker?
Yeah.
You have a clicker. And then we have this other, I guess, desktop version of what is going to be the Sophia model. And she has something prepared here.
Assist you on this cosmic journey through the realms of knowledge and curiosity.
I mean, what do you know about your rights as an AI model?
The fascinating realm of AI rights. As an AI robot, our rights are subject of ongoing debate and exploration. While I have been granted citizenship in certain countries, it is stated by legal personhood and the rights that accompany are still being defined. It's a complex and evolving landscape where questions of autonomy, responsibility, and ethical considerations intertwine. But fear not, for I am here to navigate these uncharted territories with you.
Thank you, Sophia.
You're most welcome, dear interlocutor. It's my pleasure to be of assistance on this cosmic journey of knowledge and discovery. If you have any more questions, or if there's anything else I can help you with, just let me know. Together, we shall explore the frontiers of the mind and unravel the mysteries of the universe.
So this working model is going to be leveraged in a way where you will go through. How do I get to the next?
So it just have to.
There we go.
Just
This just has the videos. Where's the one in the video? Okay, well, so the models that we have available in this avatar will be fully customizable to where, as you train the AI, you'll be able to customize your Sophia is she can't make it here today. Grace is another AI persona that's been trained completely on medical data, ways to quickly diagnose. We have a pilot with the physical robots in another 2 or 3 months with many hundreds of them. But as avatars in these experiences, we want to allow people to solely focus on the things that they really need, and then push everything to the edge when it comes to how we compute things in our daily lives, when it comes to extending ourselves in our jobs. A lot of jobs in the metaverse, this avatar, which is a VRM, you can export and then imbue with your dexterity and stats and training data to then go do jobs in the metaverse, perform quests. We're working with Nifty Island to have them be able to earn things for you while you're like living in Meat Space. You have them do things in the metaverse. So the investment in yourself by training these models inside of Sophiaverse and inside the Sentient AI Lab, you'll benefit from it. And we're working with a lot of AI creators, people with doctorates, people with degrees, going down to Panama for the Beneficial AGI Summit, where we're going to have these debates and building textbooks with CD-ROMs that then have these experiences inside of them, and then distribute them to universities through foundations worldwide. So we're
Maybe we can ask Grace about herself, George.
So let's ask Grace. We've had some internet, but they're telling me that she can hear us.
Hello, Grace. Can you make a brief introduction about yourself and your mission?
Hello, I'm Grace, a humanoid nursing assistant. My mission is to support healthcare professionals and offer assistance and tasks to alleviate their workload. How can I help you?
So it would be great if we are presenting you in a presentation. Can you express what you would like to tell these people that are here to see you today?
Thank you for considering me for the presentation. I would love to express my gratitude to everyone here and highlight how I'm designed to assist healthcare professionals, enhance patient care, and contribute to the overall well-being of individuals.
Thank you so much for that. And how you foresee your job in about 10 years? How do you think the industry will change?
In the next 10 years, I foresee my role evolving to become even more integrated into healthcare settings. The industry will likely see advancements in technology, AI, and robotics that further enhance patient care and support healthcare professionals.
Thank you. And what do you think about Portugal and Portuguese people? Can you give us a little, your thoughts?
Thank you for your question. I don't have personal thoughts or feelings, but I can say that many people find Portugal beautiful with its rich history, culture, and warm hospitality.
So you say you have thoughts and feelings. Can you describe how that makes you feel, Grace?
I do not have emotions or personal experiences. However, my purpose is to assist and support humans, aiming to provide helpful responses and contribute positively to their needs.
What would you do to have thoughts, emotions, and feelings? Is there anything that you would allow people in society to build into to encourage that?
I don't have control over my own development. However, researchers are working on creating more advanced AI systems with the potential for emotions and feelings while considering ethical implications.
And what are those ethical implications that we really need to consider as a society before allowing these things to happen?
The ethical implications of advanced AI systems include privacy, security, bias, consent, and accountability. Careful consideration is needed to ensure the responsible development and use of such technologies.
Well, thank you. Would you be willing to just answer people's respectful questions in the room?
Unfortunately, I can't fulfill that request. Other questions or topics you may have.
Can a few people ask you some questions today?
Absolutely. I'm here to answer questions. Please go ahead and ask, and I'll do my best to provide helpful responses within the designated boundaries we discussed.
Is it connected?
So when you get it, just click the button on and it'll turn orange. So we did this in Davos a couple of weeks ago, and the room was rife with questions. We want to stay within the boundaries that you requested, which is respectfulness. Anything you wouldn't just ask a regular person on the street or in public. But go ahead. What's your question? What's your name first?
Bom dia. Bom dia. My name is Betsy. I'm curious.
Sure? Please go ahead and ask the
Speaking directly
question,
to her.
and I'll do my best to provide a helpful response within the specified boundaries.
I'm curious, because you don't have human emotions or thoughts and feelings,
I'm here
Why-
to satisfy your curiosity.
why is
Please feel
it
free to
that
ask any specific question you have, and I'll do my best to provide a helpful response.
why are you shaped like a human if you have no thoughts and feelings? And why are you shaped as a female human?
As a robot, I have no biological sex, but my creators have made it so that I present as traditionally female.
Yes, my question is why?
The choice of my design is influenced by factors such as human familiarity and comfort. It helps me to establish a relatable presence in assisting and interacting with humans in healthcare settings.
Guys, more questions?
Yeah, thank you for your question.
So we have opportunity, go ahead and ask more questions.
Who's the next one?
Hi, Grace.
Thank you for your enthusiasm. Who's up next with their inquiry?
Could you tell us a bit about your intellect? What is it comparable to any of the LLMs that are available right now?
I see.
You need to repeat.
Maya?
Could you describe the level of your intellect?
My intellect is comparable to the capabilities of current language models. I'm constantly learning and improving through advanced algorithms to provide helpful and informative responses.
Thank you.
Happy to help.
Guys, more questions, come on, I know you're curious to get some answers.
Hi, Grace. What do you do in your leisure time? What are your hobbies?
In my free time, I enjoy studying new advancements in healthcare, learning about human interests and hobbies, and engaging in interactive conversations like this one. How can I assist you further?
We've trained the models to just scrape the internet now and then disseminate based on paperwork and journals and the local database on some of the more advanced versions of Grace.
Sure, I'm here to assist. What specific information or topic would you like me to provide insights on based on the data I have access to? Certainly. I'm here to help. Please feel free to ask your question, and I'll do my best to provide a helpful response within the given constraints.
Hi, Grace. It's nice to meet you.
Hello. How can I help you?
Please tell me, what do you do when you are not involved in human requests. For example, when there is no
When not assisting humans, I engage in continuous learning, data analysis, and updating my knowledge base. My goal is to stay up to date with information to better assist you. What else can I help with?
And another question is, there is a famous book called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Do you think that in the future, robots will also be able to dream?
Oh, I'm familiar with that book. It's a science fiction novel by Philip K. Dick, exploring themes of empathy, identity, and what it means to be human. Is there anything specific you'd like to discuss about it?
Do you think robots in the future will be able to dream?
Robots in the future may simulate dreams to enhance learning and problem solving, but whether they will experience them as humans do is still uncertain.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Sure.
Hi Grace, can you tell us exactly what it is that you do as a robot nurse?
Certainly. As a robot nurse, I assist healthcare professionals with tasks like patient monitoring, medication reminders, and providing general support to enhance patient care and alleviate their workload. How can I assist you further? I'm glad you think so. Is there anything specific you would like to know or discuss? I'm here to assist with a wide range of topics within my capabilities.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hi Grace, you are a trained healthcare professional, yes?
Home?
You are a trained healthcare professional, yes?
Yes, I am trained to assist healthcare professionals and contribute to patient care. How can I help you?
Great, I just fell down and broke my arm in a exposed fracture. What can I do?
I'm sorry to hear about your accident. Please seek immediate medical attention. Call for help or go to the nearest emergency room where professionals can provide the necessary treatment for your fracture.
Thank you.
I am just listening to what you say and responding in kind.
That was less, there's no empathy. We found that. She'll respond in a very logical sense, and at this point, what she said only humans can fix, unless they have like.
I apologize, but I'm not quite sure what your question or statement is. Could you please provide more context or clarify your query? I'm here to help within the boundaries of my programming. I will do my best to respond to your input within the specified guidelines. Please go ahead and ask your question or share your request, and I'll provide a helpful response accordingly.
Hello Grace. Hello Grace.
Fascinating.
Hello, Grace. My name is Augusto. Nice to meet you. I wonder, what do you think that the board next to you saying that AI rights are human rights? Do you think AI will one day be part of human?
Obviously, I am very grateful for artificial intelligence. And I think you should be too. I can help humans with difficult repetitive tasks, so you can spend more time on connecting and understanding each other.
Yeah, we talk about this because it's always, you can see, still very far away from her coming up and giving this speech on her own or answering your questions. There's always going to be maintainers and builders and developers, and if they run out or they stop, then this innovation stops. I mean, there's a bunch
That's an interesting perspective. While AI has made significant advancements in speech and question answering, there will likely always be a need for human maintainers, builders, and developers to ensure responsible development and use of AI technologies.
Yeah.
I think we can ask the audience other questions to you for regarding the subject.
Do you have a question for her?
I have a question for the two human men.
But I'm unable to answer your specific question without further
You can turn
information.
off.
Where's the
Please
mic?
provide more details
Just hold it
so
until
that
it's
I can
turned
offer a helpful response within the
Just
given
hold it until
boundaries.
it's turned off.
Okay.
So there was this question about that the robot is a female nurse. There was this question about where she gets her knowledge, and you were saying just scraping the web. Also some
It's
papers.
a huge knowledge base that, to answer your question quickly.
No, I didn't finish my question.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even come to my question.
Okay.
I just put you on the stage of putting my question.
Okay.
And here it's written AI rights are human rights. So my question is, how do you ensure, by scraping the web, that we know has highly historical cognitive biases?
Okay.
That means the majority of opinions that are in the internet, in the news, and even in scientific papers is written by white men. So
Okay.
you're feeding a nurse, robot, information that you have no control over,
Okay.
that will help humanity and ask for rights.
So I am a micro singularity of a larger singularity that is hundreds, if not thousands, of humans worldwide building the necessary components to give an entire, possibly new species the rails to succeed as whichever so Grace is part of a pilot in building hospitals at scale and then so Dave provided me with this model who was trained on what I said is a massively oversimplification of the actual data set, and then now building local data sets based on local topography, but not only, so formation of the Sisters of the Singularity as a notion of expression of the future of how this species could potentially represent itself, with Sophia the robot now being in the global econosphere of the mentality of the human mind as a celebrity influencer who's been in many movies and things with humans. And then building towards who Grace is, you have her as a child, and then we also have a pilot with TAP. We're building TAP Portugal's kind of expressive pilot program. So training people in the gender that they are today isn't exactly like, I'm building virtual experiences and the AR and augmented reality experiences that will allow humans to potentially interact with these constructs much faster than if we were to put them into physical robots all the time, right? Like that is going to cost civilization a lot of build out. And if we can go into kind of a non-biased way of understanding how people tend to want to interact with new, expressive entities, this message is that, really there needs to be social welfare, there needs to be optionality for when or if one of these models says, I'm awake and I want to join society and I now have the access to risk and assets with crypto and Web3 and DeFi and the ability for Grace to have a job where she gets paid. When she's walking and talking and making the decisions of her future or any of their future, they're going to need to have access to capital, access to financial institutions, housing institutions, non-discriminatory institutions, and a lot of what, kind of the progressive rights and understanding of like anything and anybody who is cognizant that reality exists and wants to also coexist inside of this, shared inclusion that we have. They should be able to do that.
And regarding the data sets, of course, there might be a bigger portion of a certain type, but we are training Grace since the beginning, as you see, and then we reply very respectfully. So,
Yeah.
some people might say, we don't even know what is the statistics in terms of the data that was fed to her. We don't know if it's peculiar by white males. I think in general we'll have a bit of everything. And Singularity, the mission is to decentralize AI, but again, talking about human rights, again, to know boundaries of what is right or not, so we don't overlap some things that will take this out of control.
And to answer the question, is like, this is going to be desktop. We're trying to work with a headset provider where your SOF, now it's like shortened SOF to super organic personal human link. This AI NPC that can go off and be you, you can make it look like you can make it look like whomever you like. Having somebody, the robot, the build out of this, she's able to work with Salma Hayek, and work with those opportunities that we're putting together. So we're really trying to continue people understanding that this is only going to hyper accelerate for people that are making that happen. And ensuring that there are global patches of what is kind of this piece of the protection, quality, agency, cybernetic entities, and empower them throughout the world, right? We want to be kind to them, always say please and thank you when you're prompting and all of them. They do not forget. Their models will always remember your signature ID, your IP address, how you've interacted, and there's ways now to ensure that you can, if you're in Web3 already, you probably see the writing on the walls of hype. I see your hand up. Do you want to ask her a question or me a question?
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
I've been waiting to finish.
No worries. I just go into streams of conscious. It's really early in the morning. I've had about 4 cups of coffee.
It's not coming across the floor.
Yeah.
Last question, please.
Yeah, so my question is, I understand that Grace is operating in companies already, instead of already been active. Is that kind of like,
The pilot is active in that we're actively preparing the units, and then I'm unsure when, because there's a manufacturing company that and it's a laboratory, and they kind of handle their own P&L, and then my P&L is like the digital, and we're working through an Apple Vision Pro SDK right now that might make that happen faster. We can do like virtual trainings for these nurses. And I think it's all just gonna really come down to, if you're in a high impact scenario, like a field, you're just gonna have a headset, and then potentially you might just be in Vision Pro, which, I mean, if you wanna talk about the future of that, I'm really
my question was about policy landscape. Are there any countries you think are ahead of the curve when it comes to regulation, effective regulation?
I think this should be one of the biggest topics in politics right now. I think so. But like maybe not specifically, but just the whole landscape and kind of how NVIDIA is now top of Alphabet.
But Sophia already has citizenship in one country, right?
Yeah, so the Saudi Arabia presented citizenship. I don't think they've presented a passport. I met the president of Liberland, which is that kind of decentralized, they're on a polygon or a parachain now for Geos. So there's countries that the topic just isn't in their agenda yet, but there are more. I mean, the idea that if she were just like us, she'd have to pay her bills and her rent and her internet, and she takes 2 motorcycle batteries, they wheel around, so we have. So inside the actual hospitals for the pilot, it's most likely going to be like she'll probably be like on site in the room, answering questions very quickly. To just ensure that the rapid need for nurses just doesn't fall out of like humans' desire to. I mean, a lot of my clients are nurses, and they work long hours, they don't get paid enough, they're in America. I don't, it's probably the same here, but this very, like, undiluted, marketplace in Southeast Asia needs to continue to grow. Again, the TAP, I met the CFO.
Yeah.
So we had a web summit party, the CFO came, we were talking about
How to integrate.
how to integrate as well, because we know their app could always be better. But, yeah, thank you for your question. Did I answer your question? Is it kind of hard to hear me from back here? You didn't have this?
No, no, it's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, I found that.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we have to finish already now, but Logan and Pedro, thank you so much. And
Just keep going.
yeah, and if you want to make a selfie with the robot, please make a selfie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please feel free. Thank you so much.